Hey crafty friends, it's Elisa with Mirror Image Crafts, and today I'm going to show you a card that's based on a card template or card sketch that I've made several times, as you can see on the camera right now. Maybe you can see what I've done here. I've had an original card that I made, and I liked the overall design of it. So I recreated it a second time using slightly different techniques, but same overall card design. And then I've made it a third time recently with an entirely different color scheme to get a completely different look. So I wanted to show you, this is one of my favorite things to do. If you find a card design or sketch that you really love and it's easy for you to put together, you can create it over and over again and get completely different looks so that you don't have to keep going back and reinventing the wheel, as they say, when you're trying to come up with a card design. So I'm going to set these aside for now. Our card today will be a little bit different, a little more masculine and kind of fall themed. So what we're going to start with is a card base that's early espresso. It's just a regular card base size, but it's a portrait card rather than landscape. I'll have all my dimensions and ingredients at the end of the video. And then I've cut, in keeping with the cards that I'm copying, I've cut a piece of the Into the Woods Designer Series paper, and this is about 4 by 3.5 to match the previous cards I've made. And rather than using a second piece of Designer Series paper, I'm going to pull in some burlap ribbon, of course, because I'm kind of obsessed with it. And we are ready to kind of get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, I can go ahead and adhere this straight onto the card because this isn't going to be on dimensionals. I'm not stamping on it, anything like that. But what I do want to do is follow the same design of my other cards, and I'm going to round some corners. On this card, I think I'm just going to round the corners on the bottom. So I'm going to do that piece, and then also the card base. This is just my Project Life corner rounder punch. So that is done, and I can go ahead and put this on my card using snail adhesive. If you're just adhering paper to paper and there's no dimension to it or embossing, then this works just fine. I'm going to put that about right there. Okay. Because this card base is early espresso, if I stamped anything on here, you wouldn't really be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is make a punch and then stamp on that so that we can read what the card's supposed to be. So I'm going to use this Acorn punch. It's so cute. This is in the new holiday catalog. It's so cute. For the white piece, I just need the Acorn body. So I'm just going to punch that. I like to punch upside down so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. And then I'm going to take some early espresso for the top of the acorn. The little acorn hat, I like to call it. My acorn hat. I found when I put this together before that the little acorn hat, it's easy to tell which way it goes on, but I like to trim the top off of the back piece. It just kind of shows through a little bit more than I'd like, so I just wanted to do that. Okay, so he's going to go on just like that, and I'm just going to put that on also with snail. So just line that up. You can use any adhesive you like for that. And then I'm going to take a really small stamp and stamp a thank you message on there. You can do any greeting you'd like, of course, but I thought this little thank you was cute. So hopefully, yeah, there we go. I like to mess up stamping sometimes when I'm filming. And then because this is kind of stark white, I do want to take a sponge and some early espresso ink. I'm just dipping my sponge into the ink and then sponging on it. Okay, that kind of softens up the stark white a little bit. Okay, and then before I adhere that to my card, I do want to go ahead and put my burlap. In keeping with my previous design, my burlap doesn't go all the way to the top of the card, so I'm going to keep that there like that. I'm going to grab, this holds the burlap on really well. This is our tear and tape. I'm just going to grab some of that and tear it. This I'm going to just adhere to the top of the burlap so I can trim the bottom part. Okay. There we go. Great. Okay. Then I can just place that on my card where I like it. Not quite all the way to the top, and then just bring it down. Now it's not adhered at the bottom part right here, so I can take my craft scissors. I'm just folding my burlap in half. Then I'm going to just cut it with my scissors, and then I have a nice little flag end at the bottom. Okay, and then all I'm going to do with this is put it on a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. Will you look at that? I have 2 Stampin' Dimensionals left on this page. I'm going to use them. One at the top, one at the bottom. And then that just goes right on the front of our card. And you can put this anywhere you like. Because in my previous cards you can see I have the sentiment kind of down towards the bottom. I'm going to do that on this card as well. And just kind of add that right there at the bottom. So I hope you can see just how easy it is to recreate a card design that you really like, just with a variety of different stamping supplies that you already have on hand. So let me know if you have any questions about that, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.